Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of GNN. Today is August 10th, 2023, and we have a brand new banner upon our hands here. But before we get into our brand new mobile suit, let's go over some news. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, to kick off, the 5th year anniversary campaign is still ongoing for Gundam Battle Operation 2, so if you haven't been fully aware and you're just now jumping in, this is to celebrate the 5th year for Gundam Battle Operation 2. We have the High Nu and Nightingale here as 4-star 700 cross suits. We also have an update for Battle Simulator missions, so if you haven't done those already and you're a newer player, definitely jump onto those because they give some free and cool rewards. We do have on top of that free supply drops as well for GBO days and during the 5th year anniversary campaign that's ongoing right now, so there's a lot of stuff you can be getting right now. On top of that, we are in volume 3 for the special step up supply drop, so we have that unobtained mobile suit guaranteed step up. It is a 2-star 4-step type of deal as we tab back, which starts as a 2-star guaranteed, and then you potentially can get a total of 5 mobile suits, potentially, and all the drops will be mobile suits on the last step. So something to kind of think about if you don't have anything in your hangar, but it's really cool celebrating that 5th year anniversary. Also, details to the recycled ticket counter is as follows. We have the Efreet Schneid, which I believe is a 700 cost general, coming to the recycled ticket counter, so that's pretty cool. Really neat suit that people still underestimate. So, on to our main event, which is the Psycho Doga. It is a 3-star 650 cost general that's usable in ground and space. Also from the same novel series as I mentioned, or you might assume, as the High Nu and Nightingale. So that's pretty neat. It's actually also a Anaheim Electronics mobile suit that they designed, and eventually one of these would be captured and would be thrown into what we now know as the High Nu. But they basically gave it a lot more stuff to play around with in terms of versatility weapons. I'm kind of verbating this a little bit, and this is a pretty unique, cool looking suit. If you happen to snag one of these as a P-Bandai exclusive, I've been told it's pretty cool looking. It does have Psycho Frame and 6 funnels, so it's pretty neat. There's a lot of weaponry that we will have to go over in there. And then on top of that, this is a suit that has Quick Boost level 4. So jumping and during thruster consumption, during jumping and whatnot, that's super crazy. It's gonna be pretty neat. And then if you're doing 10 pulls for this, you have the chance to get the GUNBOI normal suit from CCA. I can never get his name right, but either way, if you like that normal suit for Neo Zeon and you think it's really neat, looks better on you, definitely do those 10 pulls. So on to the details of our new suit. Alright folks, here is our brand new Psycho Doga. It's a 650 cost like I said, but coming in, it has about 21.5k HP. Pretty decent numbers as far as starting off resistances. We have 20 in ballistic, 27 in beam, and 25 in melee. Jumping down to its damage output, 30 in range and 40 in melee, so it does have a leaning towards melee, as with all of the GBO Doga family there, but this is kind of following in the lines of the GBO Doga Kai, where both of those suits tend to have a little more range strength, a little more range output. We'll get to the details very, very shortly, but you know, just eyeballing this right off the bat, both those suits tend to have a little bit more midline capability. So if you're not able to commit to bring that full awesome melee to bear, it does give you some tools to work with. So, and looking into the movement style that this suit brings, it's already pretty quick for 135, top speed to 220. This is actually the same speed as the GBO2, which is a very easy suit that a lot of people probably will compare this to, in terms of it's a melee suit. They're both quick. I believe the GBO2 is at 70 thrust, while this is at default by 80, so very similar numbers there. Turning speed's about roughly in the same ballpark, not exactly the same, but you got some really neat things to play around with here as well. Jumping into the weapons, we have its lovely MP40, as they say, Beam Assault Rifle, which I'm assuming that's what their acronym is going for, basically. 550 base power, 13% heat rate at 250 meters effective range. This is a burst fire weapon, but you are able to charge it in 3.5 seconds, which is kind of like the standard beam rifle. It functions very similar to, I want to say, like the GBO2 commander rifle and the Zulu, basically the STG-44, basically what the references. Okay, references, guys. Stay with me. We also have a 15-second overheat, so pretty forgiving if you need to just dump all the ammo into somebody really quick. And it actually has pretty good stun build as well. I think on 2 bursts it will break MA1. At the same time, on a charge shot, it will definitely fare pretty well against a Zwei. Although I don't know if I got lucky, if a teammate hit him or something, but it does burst fire on a charged shot, so maybe it has enough to kind of break into the shock dampeners, damage control, all that stuff that the Zwei has. But don't quote me on that. Definitely try it out yourself and see for yourself in that regard. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Going into the primary melee, we have a 2600 power beam sword. Now this is pretty interesting in itself because it has a neutral stab, and the downswing is a very similar moveset to the Jetta and the GBO3, except this is a horizontal swing, but still it looks super cool when this happens. So 2.5 second cooldown time, pretty standard. Jumping into the heat axe that you've probably been wondering about for the whole entire time, 3 seconds, just like the regular GBO2, but the output power is at 2900. So this is definitely a very nice follow-up weapon. You can combo off of this as well, so this is not a non-combo weapon, but I don't know, I like the GBO2 Kai 2-second deal, but hey, that's whatever. Jumping into the missiles, apparently it has 2 sets of ballistic weaponry on its buckler shield thing, whatever you want to call it, which is funny because it has no shield, and we'll get into that shortly as well. This is a 1500 power weapon with 3 shots, 4-second cooldown time. This does fire one time, once at a time. It is basically your quick stun, and it actually has like maybe, I don't know, 20, don't take my word for it, 15-20% build stun. It's meant for to be an instant stun, so it's not like a replacement for like a bazooka or anything like that. So it can help if you're all getting your stun build shenanigans going on, but 350 meters effectively, and it does have guidance on there as well. And since the missiles fly off the rail really quickly, I haven't tried steering it, so I'm usually just aiming at the target and just letting it go. Hopefully I hit something. We do have a grenade launcher function on this as well. Apparently it has enough barrels on there to hold both type of warheads. Don't ask me about this game mechanics, but 700 base power, 4 shots. You're able to dump them all at once, 250 meters, and this will basically function like the grenade launchers on, like, say, the Reg Z. Kind of throw that out there. Zeta, you know, you dump all of them, you can pretty much, I think you might be able to just get 3 and it flinches somebody, it just stuns them. So really cool, neat to have. 12-second reload time compared to this one here. They're both pretty modest. Jumping into the funnels here, we have a pincer version, which fires once, instant 90% heat, so doesn't overheat right off the bat. So this is great for quick stun if somebody's standing still, if somebody's moving, well, tough luck. 350 base power, it's definitely meant to kind of play around corners. Pretty neat. You can combo off of this. Somebody gets stunned, go for a quick down swing. Really nice. Also has a follow or pursue mode. This one does essentially trip people up on 2 bursts from all 6 funnels. But you have 200 power base power, 35% heat rate, 200 meters, half a second cooldown between shots, and 22-second overheat. So pretty neat. You got different things to kind of help you out, different tools. I won't say you have a lot of range. Midlining would be kind of a bit overstepping my bounds, but you can probably get away with that with the missiles because of the limited guidance. Now, jumping into the lovely shopping list of skills that we have here, you got some of your regular standard general stuff like shock absorbers at 3. This has a double roll, so that's pretty neat. This has been pretty helpful so far. You have quick boost 4, as we mentioned. It has a reduction in charge time by 70% while jumping, and the thruster consumption for jump is reduced by 30%. This is pretty useful. I don't know what they're going for with this, but you also have glide structure, which allows you to descend slower, making it easier to perform mid-air attacks, and reduce stagger when hit repeatedly by attacks without suppressive effects mid-air, so stun gun. So I guess you're supposed to be flying around and doing other stuff. I'm surprised they didn't throw a flat booster on this. They also have a fall prevention system as well, so won't apply while you're moving at high speed while mid-air. So that's kind of cool, I guess. Flight control 3. So that's pretty neat. I'm gonna have to practice a little bit more because I know we're kind of playing a little fatigued here when I was running around with this. But anti-blast stabilizer, so this is definitely a in-fighter, as you know, suggested by the stats there. Balancers, kind of standard. I would be kind of disappointed if it did not have that. Sorry. Ambok at level 2, so this is definitely space tune friendly. Maneuver armor 1, which is kind of funny because all the other suits, well, the Kai doesn't have that, which is kind of crazy. Force Injector 3. So this is definitely one of those suits that is meant to be nimble on its feet there. Combo Controller 1, and then you have buffs. So no shield, but we get a left arm buffer at level 3, so reducing damage incoming by 30%. It has a fairly good hitbox, it looks like, but you know, it's not like the full-size shields that you'll see out there, but hopefully people are pretty bad at aiming and they hit that instead, so it might save your life a little bit. And then you have a back buffer for the little, I guess, the vernier tips that you have there, and that reduces damage by 15%, so that's pretty nice. Alright folks, well that concludes tonight's overview of the Psycho Doga, tonight's banner suit. If you guys enjoyed what you saw here, please do not hesitate to hit that like and subscribe button. Definitely helps out the channel immensely. If you guys pulled for this suit, let me know. If you guys enjoy it, you think it needs improvement, whatever your opinion is, throw it in the comments below. I welcome it nonetheless. But until next time, guys, I will see you all on the next video. Take care.